Good morning. It is 9:49 in the morning, even though it's a Monday. What is this? So today's Martin Luther King Jr. holiday here in the United States. So I have off of work. And it is also literally freezing outside. Here in Texas, at least where I am in Texas, this is a rare occurrence, a big occasion. So lots of people have off for work or for school, whatever, because it really doesn't get below freezing for us, and it really doesn't get below 30. And so it's in the 20s. Last night it got into the teens, so we had to shut off all our water, all our pipes and stuff, just because the infrastructure here isn't really built for those freezing temperatures because it gets really hot. So yeah, that's kind of what's going on with me. We are continuing on with level 5. We're at 33 results. And there was one that we had played for the first time that was a full melody. 5 is the new 4. This is it. And I realized yesterday what the name of this actually was after I played it. Because I was doing my debrief or cleaning up whatever at the end, taking care of stuff, closing everything out. And they're like, oh, it's called 5 is the new 4. That really makes sense now, because yesterday during the stream I talked about how it's like a 5-8 time signature, and I guess they're wanting it to be like a 5-4 type signature instead. But to me, it feels more like 5-8, but they're the ones who made it. And now that I realize the name, it all makes sense. We just have that one section in the bridge, then we should be able to get it pretty easily. So that's where we're going right back to it to try to finish it out. Let's go ahead and play and see how we do. This one's really good to practice those low fret pull-offs on the B string. As you can hear, they're not as loud as the rest of the notes that I'm playing. It's also kind of tricky doing the pull-off from the 1 to 0 on the B string. Woo! Shouldn't have. Woo! Because I missed the first note of this section. But luckily we don't need it. We got the section we needed. One thing I noticed while I was playing that section is it wanted you to shift your hand up by a fret to play a lot of that. Well, I just kept it in the same position because it really didn't make sense to switch. Well, yeah, that's the only thing I really noticed that I wanted to talk about. And if we go back to 5 is the new 4, we've got it all. It's probably based on Tool, with that different time signature, but Tool and Rush are the only 2 bands that I could name off the top of my head that I actively know use a different time signature in a lot of their stuff. But prog rock is pretty much that genre, I think. And so we'll keep working our way up from where we started today. And then if we end on like gold, we'll probably go back to those that we haven't finished or like haven't even started, and then work up from there. You got the power. I was playing the right thing, but I was totally wrong. I was playing E5. Ooh, our best attempt yet. We got 1 thing gold, which, oh, 2. I accidentally pressed continue. So we need the first and the third. So A, instead of using the open, they want you to fret it up here. You can tell because it shows the E and the A string and the block for the A5. Yeah, and then I also missed something because I was using the fingering that my lesson teacher wants me to use with the ring finger on the 5th, not the pinky. But I think part of the reason why Yousician wants you to use the pinky is to help just develop using the pinky. So it's not like out flapping away like I often kind of do. And other people are also likely to do. That's just a guess, though, about why they want you to use the pinky. We got the first. Almost missed that. Didn't play F enough times right there. Hey, basis of Enrique. How's it going? Yeah, it's a bit later today. I've got off because today's a holiday. Martin Luther King Jr. Day. So I made some breakfast for my wife and I. We like to do some tacos, breakfast tacos, eggs, bacon, make some tortillas, and hash browns. I'm not very good at the hash browns, but we enjoy them. I use some salsa, and they're really nice. And that should be everything for us in that song. You got the power. We go back, and they're all gold. It used to show up here on the side when you get it gold. It'd mark it as gold. Now it doesn't. I don't know why. Yeah, thanks for joining in, Basis of Enrique. Glad you could make it. And while you are here, my phone, because it's a work day, I normally have some alarms, and like 10 o'clock is one of them. And so it was just buzzing right now because it's 10 o'clock. I actually talked about him today in English class. Oh, cool. He had a lot of impact on the United States, so that's why there's a day after him. And so it's always good to talk about the reason for a holiday, on the holiday, or around it. That way you can at least remember, or like the people remember what the reason is for, rather than just a day off of work. But yeah, while you are here, I do have a question for you. Since you've been in several of the streams live before, I took a look at the recording of some of my streams, and the stream, some of the synchronization was off. Like my playing didn't quite match up with the computer audio. So I wanted to ask you, since you're here, if the synchronization of everything looks and sounds pretty good. Apartheid? I think apartheid is more like, that's what happened in South Africa. It was all the civil rights for the black people in the United States because of all the discrimination that they had against them. And so he's a big figure in the 50s here to try to fight for the equality. And he had the famous "I Have a Dream" speech. My wife is calling me. Give me just a moment. Hello? What? Yay. Okay. I don't know. Can I call you back? I'm in the middle of stream. Bye. I am back. Thought I muted my mic. Apparently I did not. I guess you all heard that. School was canceled for my wife, and her truck needs an oil change. Yes, it was just a bit, but I heard the song before, and that matched very good with the guitar. Okay, nice. Seems like I did fix a lot of that synchronization issues. If there's anything else, feel free to let me know, because I can't fix it if I don't know about it. And I can't always go back and rewatch the streams. But if you're sitting in here watching the streams, then you get to experience them and see all the little details a whole lot more than I do. Because even when I do go back and watch them, I can't always watch the whole thing. So I just watch a bit to maybe check something here or there. Thank you for the feedback. I really do appreciate it. This next one is "Love on the Rocks." Oh yeah, I think I mentioned this the other day, but I saw something where D, playing it like that with your middle finger on the high E, or you switch, middle finger is now on the G string. So you play D, D minor is real easy. So that's something you can try out and see in your own playing if you like. I'm just so used to going here, and then it's not very often you go chromatically down on that high note while playing the rest of the chord. So I don't know how often I'll use that, but it is very nice to try and see if it is useful. Got one section. I think this is a very useful song to learn, or at least play through on Yousician, because it had a lot of stuff in there. I had regular chords, strumming patterns, had 5 chords, hammer-ons, and then switching between the chords and individual notes. And then it also had that arpeggiating stuff in there as well. So this really incorporated a whole lot in there. And then also when it had the 5 chords on the like D5, one tip that if you're still learning guitar, kind of like I am, that I've found useful once I learned it, was when you play the 5 chord, you can kind of mute that E with the tip of your index finger so it doesn't ring out. So you don't have to be so precise. Like right now, I'm not muting it. So you can be precise, or as extra insurance, use the index finger to help mute that. And that could be something that would help you in your playing. So we'll play it again. I almost pressed continue. Continues on the right there. And we'll skip the chords. This arpeggiating stuff, that's the kind of stuff that I'm not really good at. There we go. I got the rhythm right that time. The first time I played it as like 2/8 notes, but it's the 16th with the dotted eighth. Messed up the rhythm there. Played it on the downbeat. And we did better than our last time. Pressing continue just so we can see. We just need that intro now. So we'll play it and see how we do on the intro. And if we don't get it, we'll keep going back. And maybe we'll go into the practice mode if we need. I already messed up. So one thing I did notice, not this playthrough, but the last one, because I didn't really play, is doing this, and then the A. Like you're moving the other fingers, but your ring finger can stay on the 3, and it kind of reminds me of You Shook Me All Night Long, AC/DC, where something like that. That was really bad. I'm not even gonna try. I'm just embarrassing myself right now. But it was pretty similar where you keep that ring finger there. Doing something like that where you're hopping, leaving the finger there as a different skill to do. I went back and did it even though it's embarrassing myself. I really need to look at the chords for that again if I ever want to say something about it. Okay, I'm going to go into the practice mode and slow it down a little bit, and then loop that section just so I can make sure I'm playing it well. And then we will work on the stuff. Making sure I play the right bass note is one of the challenges I have with this. Because it's always on a different string. Yeah, that's the wrong string. And so one of the things that you'll see is it doesn't have a lead-in before. That's a setting that I found out in one of the streams a while ago. The loop lead-in right here, which we'll turn on instead of adjusting the lead-in, like the beginning forward, just so we can play the beginning notes right. And we'll also auto adjust the speed, so as we get it right, it'll make it faster. And then one thing I wanted to mention out is when you play G, the basic G, your ring finger is on that high E, And that's what they, if you look at the diagram they have right there, that's what they're showing as well. But there's also what they call the fancy G, where you move that ring finger to the B string, and then on the high E you play the 3rd fret. So that's G. It's just a slight little change, a little small difference in the voicing. And so they're using that fancy G for this fingering right here. Instead of having that be open in your G chord. Something you might be thinking to yourself, why are they doing it like that? It's G. That's what they're doing right there. And yeah, let's go ahead and restart. Better than I thought it'd go. I only missed 2. And it's too long of a lead in. That was bad. That's why we're doing the practice mode right now. Yeah, this lead in is a little bit long, so what I'm actually going to do is I'll take out the loop lead in, and then I'll move this up a little bit, so that way, because right now there are no notes in that beginning, if we're looping a different part of the song, you would have notes there, so the loop lead in would probably be better if you're auto adjusting the speed, because it'd count those notes wrong if you don't play them exactly right the first time. So that's why we're doing it this way. Worried out of 50. Yeah, it's that bass note that's really getting me. But apparently that's all of our free time for the day, which is kind of sad. But we're getting really close to this one. Just a little bit more practice. I may even get it without some practice. But it cut us off at 11 minutes, which is kind of sad. It does that every once in a while. But doing that type of stuff is useful now because there are a lot of songs that have that slow kind of intro. Like In My Darkest Hour by Megadeth. That's a pretty metal song right there that does that kind of stuff. A lot of classic rock songs do that too. Some Metallica songs do that as well. Just forgetting the exact ones off the top of my head. And then whenever we get up to like level 6, 7, 8, there's some fingerstyle in there, which I'm so bad at fingerstyle. I don't know if I want to do those and try to get those with our levels that we're doing or not, because I don't really enjoy playing fingerstyle, and I don't know if in my playing I will want to do that. but who knows, if I end up doing some cover stuff on guitar, it could be a useful skill to have. But this at least helps you with like getting the chords down. You're fretting the chord up here and doing individual notes and making sure you're on the right string, but instead of with a pick, you're using your fingers. So it's kind of a little lead into that type of playing as well. My mouse is not moving. There we go. That's a Bluetooth mouse. Sometimes it goes to sleep if I haven't moved it in a while when I do looping stuff like that. But we're down to 31. We're so close to getting below 30. And to think I was so excited before about getting below 50, and then we went back up because we added some of the stuff back in that they added or I'd taken out for whatever reason. But we're making really good progress. Just playing consistently really helps with that as well, which is one of the things these streams are really good at for me, is even if not a lot of people watch them, it's really good at getting me and keeping me accountable. It's something that I need to do, and that's one of the reasons why I like how Yousician will tell you, like, this is your time for the day, because it's something that I can achieve. It would be nice at times to play more, but I think the whole mindset would be very different if I had like the premium subscription. It's just, oh, I can do this whenever I want for however long I want, rather than it's only 15 minutes of my day or so. Like this stream, it's gone on for 31 minutes, but I think you get the point. Our total playtime today is 118 hours, or not today, but just the total playtime is 118 hours and 24 minutes as of today. There we go. Thank you so much for joining Basis of Enrique, and I really appreciate that feedback about the synchronization of the stream, because it's always useful to get that outsider's perspective, outsider being not me, and get that feedback. And anybody else who's watching as well, like once this goes onto YouTube, not live, I'd also really appreciate your feedback on this or anything else that I post, because without your feedback, I can't make stuff better for you all. So with that, I think I've done enough talking. Thank you so much for joining, and I will see you all next time.